So this is exactly 3 months update of trading the Tastytrade's 45-day to expiration credit spread strategy. So I'm Dr. Ashik Rahman and welcome to Small Account Options Trading. This is my update and it's been a week. So if you thought I was dead, as a king once said, as you can clearly see, I'm not dead yet. So let's start with the update here. This is going to be a short video. I'm just going to talk about updates, no lessons, no life lessons or anything. So just stick till the end of the video if you want to know what happened to the account or what positions I'm doing, and possibly actually close some trades live on screen right now, because it's February the 27th at 1:18, and today is 21 days from 3 of the positions to expiry, so which means I have to get out of these positions right now. So the update is I have around 1 2 3 4 5 positions on, and that's all I can afford using this small account with a few bucks to spare, 87 bucks to spare in cash. And here we have in the last update, you probably have seen me get into or actually holding this GLD or gold position. As you know, gold have sort of went up, and my position closed at with $125 profit. Okay, and then with that money that got cleared out, I got into US oil position, which is like the ETF for crude oil, because let me tell you what was going on with crude oil. Because of this war talk with the Middle East and stuff, there was this spike in crude oil, which is also, normally it's normal because it happens. Things go up and down. That's normal. But it was sort of at the top of the resistance, and so if you look at the US oil, it's basically trading in this channel within this Bollinger Band, and it basically crossed the upper or at the top near the second standard deviation, which is the upper Bollinger Band. So this is what I trade usually. So I went into a put I went into a bearish credit spread, which is a call credit spread. Okay, 85 strike, and as you can see, I'm slightly in the money right now. That's fine. I have a long time to go for this to play out. But that's the US oil position. And the worst thing that can happen is, the technical analysis people would say, okay, as you can see, this looks like inverted head and shoulders, and it might shoot up. That can happen. I don't know if it will happen or not. Or some people, the fundamental people, might say, okay, the geopolitics situation is bad, and if something happens in the Middle East, then this oil price would shoot up. I mean, that can happen. I don't know. And if that happens, I would lose almost all of it, depending on how quickly the stuff ends and things come back down. But let's see what happens with this one. So I'm gonna get out of this position like next month, sometime in the middle of next month. So we have time for this to play out. If nothing happens, this $180, I went into it at 150, so it might come down, make a little bit of profit or scratch. I don't know what will happen. Anything else? Bitcoin doing okay. And so let's actually get out of the positions that I need to get out. So I need to get out of gold, Palantir, and silver. Okay, so let's get out of one of each of them one by one. So gold. Cold. Replace order. And I usually trade on my phone, so I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. I need to get out at the mid price. I don't know if I'll get the mid price. Let's see, 173 seems like the mid price. I don't know if I'll get that. I need to buy it off. Pum, 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 pum. Anyways, not filling, so oh, it's up by 183. Let's do 185. Let's see if I can get filled. Usually I have to do this chasing thing. Okay, 185 got filled at 185. Not bad. Not that bad, actually. Okay, so cold. How much did I get filled at? Because remember, last week we were actually looking at a loss, right? Because the things were not coming down, like the gas prices were not coming down, and because of the weather. So basically a scratch. So $15 profit. We lost $15 on the other cold play, not the band, but our trade. So break even. The next thing, okay, so what else do we need to get out of? Okay, Palantir, this one sucks, so let's get out. Again, if you remember the trade I went in, it was like either Nvidia or Palantir. If I went and I chose my favorite strategy, which is called Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, and I chose Palantir, and the Palantir resulted in this loss. Okay, if somebody said Nvidia would have been a better trade, there's no way to know that. Okay, unless you're an insider. Okay, so 430. Let's see if we can get out at 430, or maybe let's try it. Let's play. 425. I won't get filled. 430. Let's see if we can get filled. Getting out of this Palantir position with a huge loss. Okay. Not getting filled. Oh, okay, I got filled actually. I think so. Let's see. No, I'm not. I didn't get filled. Let's try and do it. Close at 445. This is annoying, chasing the price, but that's my luck. Okay, it got filled. Happy now. Let's see how much did I get filled for. Palantir got filled at 445. That's fine. Gotta take those hits sometimes. There's nothing we can do. $240 loss is the biggest loss I had since restarting this strategy. What else? I need to get out of silver. Okay, silver it's doing okay. Let's see if I can get out of silver. $1.4, 1.43. That's the mid price. Let's see if we can get filled at mid price. If not, just do 1.45 or something. Okay, I got filled with the silver. I think that's a profit. I got filled in at 145. So let's fill that in. 1.45. It's a nice trade. It's $120 profit. That's pretty good. So as you can see, I lose $240 and then I make $240 from the previous two trades, and then lose 15, make 15. And so as you can see, this strategy works, but it's not like crazy money, right? The market is super efficient. I even tested out like discretionary trading. Like I tried to test out technical analysis on SPX or SPY and see how that works. And the market is like super efficient. like the fact that we're making any money, anything more than break even, it's a miracle, basically a miracle. Okay, so as you can see, some cash freed up. What I'm gonna do is I'll try and get into one position. Remember, these positions are like IBIT and USO. They are they have time to play out. So let's see how much we can afford to get in. Maybe we'll get into one position today, and then next week one more when things free up, uh, or when we get more cash from the salary, or when we get better opportunities. Because I don't want to have these positions, like all three of those positions, getting in and getting out on the same day. That's like, if things go wrong, everything goes wrong together. So for example, gold, silver, luckily gold played out, Palantir, all of those had the same expiry date. So as you can see, oh, by the way, it's not actually bad. So if you look at this, as I mentioned, the 3-month update. The 3-month update is, if I click on this 3-month, we actually made $336 or $337, or $300 actually, in the past 3 months, which means 26%. So 26%. Remember, we actually took like three big hits. Okay, if we did not take Palantir, if we had instead of Palantir, let's say if we had like a ETF, we wouldn't have taken this big of a loss. So and AMAT and MSTR, those are like my bad. There are some mistakes that I made, but let's say those are fine. But Palantir was, I mean, if instead of these three, MSTR, AMAT, and PLTR, these three are individual tickers. They're not like ETFs. So if we had traded ETFs, we wouldn't have made big losses like this. Okay, and so despite me trading very sloppily, if you follow my past videos, just getting in on MSTR on a whim, getting in on an AMAT without even looking at some form of trend, or going against the trend, we made these losses. Okay, I made these losses. PLTR. If I did not make those losses, this worst case scenario thing, making 3 months, making $300 in the last 3 months, that it would have been better, right? But this is not bad. This is like me trading sloppily. I'm making at least 8% per month. That's pretty good. Okay, so so this is the past 3 months. If I look at the year to date, we did not lose much year to date despite all those bad luck trades. If I look at the last year, remember, this is where we started. April or May 1st is when we started this strategy. And we went to a high of 1700. And then we had a big drawdown this month. And from this drawdown, we actually recovered. We are recovering nicely. So overall, when I restarted this strategy, I restarted with $1,170. Remember, first I started with $500, and then I put in $800 like a couple months later, as shown in this Google sheet. So I started with $500, and then $200 more, total $700. I had to take some money out, okay, for personal reasons. And then only this month, I actually put in $800, so that we are actually going up with that $500 or $700 initial money that we put in. And then only in this month we actually had extra cash to put in, and so that's why it's saying $1,170 that I put in total. And we actually are up by whatever, 200, like 14, 15, 24%, whatever. Okay, over the last 3 months. So this would have been better if we did not. This percentage would look better if I didn't put in that $800. But that's fine. We're trying to grow a small account, and we have recovered nicely from this dip. Now we can have another dip. I don't know, but that depends on what we trade right now. So that brings me to my trade, because if some extra money, I think we can trade something. Let's see how everything is doing so far. Natural gas is at the bottom. I don't know if the prices would go up or down from here. Zero idea. Cold, it follows the natural gas. I don't know what's gonna do. Bitcoin, I don't know what's gonna do. I already have a Bitcoin position on iBit. Crude oil, it may come down, it may go up. I don't know what it will do. Basically, my whole summary of me trading is I don't know what's gonna do, right? So US oil, I have one position. The only thing I can do is trade in different things, like diversify and hope things go in my favor, or the ones that go against me, I hope that it doesn't go as bad. Gold, it may actually go up. It's going up. It is actually going up. And we actually traded this dip and we got some money out of it. Okay, we're still, it's going up, or else I would have gotten into a gold position. I would ideally want to go into a gold position if on a red day, trading this GLD. JNUG going up. Bond. Okay, so bond, T bond, treasury bond. Now, this is, it looks like it's in a downtrend. This thing is on the downtrend. And if I zoom in, if I sort of zoom in, it is approaching the second standard deviation, second Bollinger Band, that upper Bollinger Band. So if it were to follow what it was doing the last few times that it went up to that price, or went up to that Bollinger Band, it may come down. So I might try and do something with TLT. Let's see what TLT is doing. So TLT is on an uptrend. I might go into a bearish position, but let's see if TLT offers any decent credit. TLT is 90 bucks. Let's see if TLT actually offers any decent credit on 45 days. We don't have, do we have 45 days? Okay, we have 49 days. If we have any decent credit. Okay, so 91, current price is 90.77. If I go to the add the money thing, the delta is about 64, actually 48, and it's, the chance of profit is 65%. So if I hit this and then buy, what is this? Sell and then buy. Am I doing it right? Oh, no, my bad. I'm not doing it right. Again, so we are selling the call credit spread. So call 125 and then buy $5 out. It's offering me $104. If I hit continue, it's gonna offer me $104. The bid ask spread is pretty tight. Am I going to risk $400 to make 50 bucks? I mean, I don't know. So let's move on. TMF. Let's see. Is TMF applying any or offering me anything? It's also following the similar trajectory as bond, ZB. So if I trade options there, let's go to whatever, 49 days, sell call. It looks like better amount of credit that it's offering. A little bit better, not much, 117. Move on. Silver, we just got out of a silver position with a decent profit. Let's see, silver position 120 bucks profit, and it looks like silver is still in the play actually. So let's, silver, what happens? So essentially if I get into silver right now, it would be like me rolling a position. But let's see, this is a green day. If silver comes down a little bit or on a red day, I would get like higher volatility, like higher credit for a higher volatility. And the silver would, and also like higher delta, right? Because it would come down to my target entry price. So silver, SLV, I'm going to hold off and keep that in my watch list. Same thing with gold. Again, gold and silver are basically going in the same direction. They're correlated at this point. So it would be basically trading the same thing. Platinum is also doing the same thing, right? Platinum is, the technical people would say, okay, there is a gap here, it might fill. I don't know if it's gonna fill because there's gaps everywhere. Okay, so I don't want to go into astrology at this point. Okay, S&P 500. Now, technical people would say we can clearly see 1, 2, 3, 4, like triple tops or quadruple tops. Okay, some people would even say this is like a inverted, like this is a head and shoulders pattern that's forming, and based on the fact that market is not going up, it's likely looking at a drawdown. Okay, so a logical play would be, okay, holding, like thinking 700 as the support and getting into a position, like a bearish position that doesn't involve, that wouldn't lose money if it were above 700. And it's like a broken wing butterfly or something, okay? Jade lizard or something. So 700, if it goes above, won't lose money. If it goes under, possibly make a lot of money. So we could try something like that on like SPY. Let's see if we can do that. SPX, same thing. VIX is up. So if we sell something at this point, we're going to get good money from volatility. Alibaba is in a short-term downtrend. So again, the fact that I'm going over this is because I want to get into something. Okay, I have some money that I want to get into, and I'm seeing if I actually have something worth putting my money in. Baba is okay. Tesla, again, Tesla would be correlated to the stock market, so I don't know if I want to risk my money in anything that is correlated to the US stock market, S&P. Boeing, same thing. United Health is, it can be uncorrelated because it's the healthcare sector, but I don't know what it's gonna do though, because earnings are coming up, and this is an individual stock. I've been burned with individual stocks before. Biotech should be correlated, but also not. Semiconductor, AMD, materials, what is that? Innovation ETF. Innovation ETF looks like it's in a downtrend. It looks like a head and shoulders pattern, and it would probably correlate to the stock market. So I don't know what to get in today, so maybe I'll just wait. Natural gas. Okay, let's see what natural gas is doing. I mean, natural gas is just cold. Okay, UNG looks like it's at the support, which means this is telling us that the natural gas price would go up. It might go up, but is it the case? If we look at this natural gas here, okay, people would say, okay, it's at the support, but am I looking at this and saying it might go up? I don't know, because warmer temperatures might come up and prices can go down up to this, I don't know, 52-week low or something, or lower. Am I gonna risk it? I don't think so. So let's look at the S&P. Can we build a strategy saying that 700 would be the top, okay, or 698 would be the top? If it goes up, I don't want to lose money, but if it goes down, I make a lot of money. Let's see if we can build something like that. So SPY, doing SPY because it's highly, liquid. Today is a bad day because you know, it's it's a down day. I wish I would have gotten this in an up day. So if I zoom in, like yesterday would have been a decent trade. It's basically at the top, but let's see. We can't expect to pick the tops and bottoms, but let's see if we can trade options or if I want to do something about this.